Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. In the last session we were carrying out some research here at the College of Winterhold for the main quest line. We were trying to find out the location of the Elder Scrolls. And for that we had to speak with our trusty lawkeeper, bookkeeper, librarian extraordinaire, Urag Groshub. Now I've been informed that when Urag put a book down on his desk, which Elwyn proceeded to read, apparently he actually put two down and I only read one. And do I still have the one that I read? Yeah, Ruminations of the Elder Scrolls, and it was a very strange and bizarre book which I couldn't really make sense of. There you go, second book that I missed. This one is called The Effects of the Elder Scrolls. It is widely known among scholars that the Elder Scrolls entail a certain hazard in their very reading. The mechanism of the effect has at present been largely unknown. Theories of hidden knowledge and divine retribution were the subject of idle speculation with little investigation. I, Justinius Paulunius, have undertaken to thoroughly document the ailments afflicted by the Elder Scrolls on their readers, though a unified theory of how they manifest continues to elude me and remains a subject for future study. I have grouped the effects into four, finding that the avenue of experience depends largely upon the mind of the reader. If this is unclear, I hope that a proper dictome will lay it plain. Group the first, the naifs. For one who has received no training in the history or nature of the Elder Scrolls, the scroll itself is effectively inert. No prophecy can be scried, nor knowledge obtained. While the scroll will not impart learning to the uninformed, nor will it afflict them in any adverse fashion. Visually, the scroll will appear to be awash in odd lettering and symbols. Those who know their astronomy often claim to recognize constellations in the patterns and connections, but such conjecture is impossible to further investigate since the very nature of this study necessitates unlearned subjects. Group the second, the unguarded intellects. It is this second group that realizes the greatest danger from attempting to read the scrolls. These are subjects who have an understanding of the nature of the Elder Scrolls and possess sufficient knowledge to actually read what is inscribed there. They have not, however, developed adequate discipline to stave off the mind-shattering effect of having a glimpse of infinity. These unfortunate souls are struck immediately, irrevocably, and completely blind. Such is the price for overreaching one's faculties. It bears mentioning, though, that with the blindness also comes a fragment of that hidden knowledge. Whether the future, the past, or the deep natures of being is dependent on the individual and their place in the greater spheres. But the knowledge does come. Group the third, mediated understanding. Alone in Tamriel, it would appear that only the cult of the ancestor Moth has discovered the discipline to properly guard one's mind when reading the scrolls. Their novitiates must undergo the most rigorous mental cultivation, and they often spend a decade or more at the monastery before being allowed to read their first Elder Scroll. The monks say this is for the initiate's own protection, as they must have witnessed many unguarded intellects among their more eager ranks. With appropriate fortitude, these readers also receive blindness, though at a far lesser magnitude than the unguarded. Their vision fogs slightly, but they retain shape, colour, and enough acuity to continue to read mundane texts. The knowledge they gain from the scroll is also tempered somewhat. It requires stages of meditation and reflection to fully appreciate and express what one saw. And the fourth group, illuminated understanding. Between the previous group and this one exists a continuum that has at present only been traversed by the monks of the ancestor Moth. With continued readings, the monks become gradually more and more blind, but receive greater and more detailed knowledge. As they spend their waking hours pondering the revelations, they also receive a further degree of mental fortitude. There is for every monk a day of penultimate reading, when the only knowledge the Elder Scroll imparts is that the monk's next reading shall be his last. For each monk, the penultimate reading comes at a different and unknowable time. Preliminary work has been done to predict the occurrence by charting the severity of an individual monk's blindness, but all who reach these later stages report that the increasing blindness seems to taper with increased readings. Some pose the notion that some other unseen sense is, in fact, continuing to diminish at this upper range, but I shall leave such postulations to philosophers. To prepare for his ultimate reading, a monk typically withdraws to seclusion in order to reflect upon a lifetime of revelations and appoint his mind for reception of his last. Upon this final reading, he is forever blinded, as sure as those unguarded ones who raced to knowledge. The illuminated one, though, has retained his understanding over a lifetime and typically possesses a more integral notion of what has been revealed to him. It is hoped that this catalogue will prove useful to those who wish to further our mortal understanding of the Elder Scrolls. The moth priests remain aloof about these matters, taking the gradual debilitation that comes with reading as a point of pride. May this serve as a useful starting point for those hoping to take up such study. Dictated to Anstius Metshim. Dictated, perhaps, because the man that should have written it, Justinius Paulunius, might be blind. Anyway, quite frightening, really. Excuse me, my voice. Thank you, Urag. So clumsy of me to forget the book in the first place. But yes, Elwyn wondering, does he have to blind himself in order to be able to glean the knowledge of these Elder Scrolls? Drevis!
Divine smile on you, friend. Oh my. Never They can turn the There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Take a look.
I'm just double checking if I can unlock the quest for the Master Spells of Illusion and Destruction. Speaking with Drevis, it appears that I can't unlock the Master Illusion spells just yet, so we'll go speak with Feralda. To see if we can unlock the Master Destruction spells. And where might she be? Hall of Countenance, perchance? 10:56 a.m. Nobody should be left in bed, really. Feralda, where art thou? Not here, she says. Ah!
You're not as dumb as you look.
Oh God. What a way to greet the Archmage. Should have him fired. So if it's not in the Halls of Countenance, perhaps it is in here, the Hall of Attainment. Anyone seen Feralda? Hello? It's like a ghost town around here. Everybody in their lessons, are they? Everyone's studying, learning the arts. Not that I can complain. Ah, hello there. Enthea. Oh, Enthea, actually, speaking of it.
I'm quite Certainly nothing illicit going on. I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look then.
I need a couple of things from this man. Daedra hearts. Thank you.
Alright then.
Always come in handy for when one wants to teleport oneself away from a location. If you catch my drift. Arniel. Need to speak to him in a few days' time regarding his experiments to see if there's any updates. Right, well we can't find Feralda, she's somewhere. Somewhere out of my sight. So, we haven't maxed out our destruction yet anyway, so we don't have the ability to get the perk just yet.
Always available should you need me.
To make it half cost for master spells, so it's not a massive urgency. So, what are we going to do today? Well, good question. We are going to find Septimus Cygnus, because apparently he could potentially be just here, slightly north of the college. So whilst we're a stone's throw away, we might as well go check it out. So the main question, I think, is going to be, how on earth do we get there in one piece? Because, rather funnily enough, we've never really travelled beyond Upsie-daisy. Beyond here, really. We've always come up to the College of Winterhold from them steps. We've never travelled down this way. Strange, eh? Considering how long we've been here. So venturing into pastures new. What lies north of the college? We are soon to find out. Quite the view, eh? Looking at the college from below. Looking at that rather rickety bridge that we always walk across. Doesn't look very sturdy from down here, that's for sure. Anyway, enough about that. We're supposed to be heading over there, approximately. Seems to me that we have a ruin on that island. Some kind of a ruin on that island. Yeah. Definitely need to explore this area a little bit further, don't we, really? Considering it's on our doorstep. Okay, we're going to have to get wet here. Unless we can hop from ice flow to ice flow. Which case we're going to avoid it. This is rather cool. Hopping across the ice. This is very cool, in fact. Didn't have to get our little tootsies wet at all. Nice. So I don't think it's on this particular island, the location that we seek. It seems to be a little bit further over there, but whilst we are on here, I almost feel compelled to get to the top of this place and explore what is there. Don't know how big it's going to be, but it's a shame just to walk on by. Duh, 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 duh. Oh, a skeleton. Another one. And another. Sky Temple Ruins. Sky Temple. Sounds very interesting. I don't think it's actually a dungeon, I think it's just an external thing. In which case, we won't be here long. So this used to be a temple, now it's just a ruin. Deadly poison, ebony dagger, don't need the ebony dagger. So what the hell happens here then, eh? Ritual sacrifice? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second, I might have been a bit premature in my assumption here. Seems to be some form of a door here, some sort of a way inside. Shall we? I think we shall. Ooh. Hello. Oh shoot. No! If he touches me, I am dead. Dead with a capital D, folks. I am dead as a doornail. I need help. Ebony flesh. Right. I'm going to use something that I haven't used for a long, long time. It's a shout. And it's a shout that utilizes the outdoors. Yes, it is Storm Call Level 2. I have no follower. So, let's summon a storm. Come forth, Death Lord, to your doom! May the lightning strike you down, buddy. Boom! Don't you just hate stormy weather? Elwyn doesn't. Right, bone meal and gold. That's what I get as a reward for killing him. It's raining inside. It's got to be a glitch. It's got to be. Right, what have we got here? We have elixir, a chest. Ebony Bow of the Inferno. I'll take that. Why not? It's a shame not to. And a book. Before the Ages of Man. I think I have this already. We'll leave it there. Okay, exploration done. We got that little sound, which means that the location is cleared. So we can press on towards our destination. It can start raining now. The one drawback of Stormcall, of course, Elwyn has to get wet in a torrential downpour. Heck. This is still part of the Stormcall's shout. This is a very long-lasting storm. Ah! I love how we can just walk across the ice here. Storm is abating. Yeah, this is a very unique area, really it is. Skidding across the ice, north of the college. Never in a million years did I think I'd be over here, out in the desolate wastes. Septimus Cygnus's outpost discovered. As the hawkers belly flop towards us. There they come. Look at them. Look at this for an entrance.